manipulation of different questions. We use different actually methods to apply and then solve and come up with just same answer but different ways of doing things. That's what kind of we call manipulation. Okay, so stick around and see how I'm going to be able to actually elaborate or rather dismantle this kind of equation. Okay, so now if you want to actually solve the quadratic equation, function, at some instant, okay, so we can actually assume that the quadratic equation, the function, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, so that's now becomes an equation, okay, because an equation can either be an equation in one variable or an equation in two variables. Okay, so we begin by the simple quadratic equation, okay, where once we do summation, multiplication of everything on the left side equals to 0. Okay, and that's what we get. Okay, now if you say quadratic formula. Now, how do we use the quadratic formula? Now, the quadratic formula, I'll not go into the details of how we can actually derive the quadratic formula, but I'll kind of assume that you might actually have heard of the quadratic, solving the quadratic equation using the quadratic formula, and that's what actually I'm going to actually do on the board. So I'm going to actually skip the way in which we can actually derive the formula by definition. Okay, so it states that the value of x equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared, okay, b squared minus 4ac over 2m. Okay, so you must be able to know that formula. So just let's just assume that you know this formula, okay? And what that means that we are finding the values of x, okay, given a particular equation, quadratic equation, okay? So we are finding the value of x, of which, because when we actually derive this formula, you discover that we are just in a simple way trying to come up with making x the subject of the formula. That's what this formula is